Mm-hmm. The United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the ape, the young man who has become a legend in his own time. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle it too. What's up, everybody? It's truly Ron Kelly, the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program featuring Patricia Wilder. Not here at the moment, but she'll be here momentarily. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Earthquake. So every little truck, the trailer truck that passes by, everybody gets, gets the wide eye. Anyway, welcome. It's April 11th already, 2024. And we welcome you to the Ron Kelly Show featuring Patricia Wilder, who will be here momentarily. Oh, boy. Earthquake in New Jersey. Now, and just when we all thought we were safe, there's never earthquake in Jersey. Here we go. I didn't feel it. I was outside. I was in motion. So I guess that's a good thing that I didn't feel it because I don't have the memory that everybody else has, the memory of the shaking or whatever, pictures falling off the wall or whatever the case may be. I was outside. Matter of fact, I was at work, so I didn't feel anything. I don't know anything. So those of you who, because we never, the East Coast, besides like maybe Hurricane Ida and the other hurricane that we had a few years back, other than that, the tornado was on form here and hail and all this other stuff. New Jersey, this East Coast, this upper East Coast, mid-Atlantic area has been pretty calm. No real disasters. I mean, we had a couple big snowstorm in 96, I think it was 95, 96, when everything was shut down. It was feet. We weren't talking inches there. We're talking feet of snow back then. So, yeah, we've had our weather-related incidents, but we haven't had any mudslides, people's house sliding down the hill and all this type of stuff. We haven't had that. So that was a wake-up call. It took away our innocence. It took away our the thought that that nothing would ever happen here, and it did. But thankfully, it was not a big 7-point or 8-point. That would have caused a lot more damage than what actually was done. So, thank the Lord that it didn't turn out as bad as it could have been. All right, it's just a couple minutes past the hour. It's it's 5 minutes past the hour. This is the Ron Kelly Show. Glad to be back in the air chair with you guys. This is one of my favorite things. Hey, Oprah's got her favorite things, and I got my favorite things. One of my favorite things is kicking it with you guys every Thursday night right here on the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. We'll be going on TuneIn pretty soon, and we're still waiting on Spotify to give us the go-ahead to put the Ron Kelly Show on Spotify. So we're breaking out. Thank you, Patricia, for supporting the Ron Kelly Show, for coming on and adding a little flavor to the program. So earthquake. Yeah, people are a little upset shaky about that, and me too. I mean, when I go over a bridge, I think about it, but I'm still going to go over that bridge. I'm not going to go the long way because of the earthquake. I'm still going over that bridge. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah, it's a wake-up call, and we're not really as safe as we thought we were. Okay, everybody, it's 6 minutes past the hour. So OJ Simpson died today. Patricia and I will be getting to that in just a few minutes. I got to do something right quick. You know what? Let me handle something, and we'll come back. I'll come back and get with you guys. Okay, yeah, I'll come back and give it you guys just a few minutes. Ron Kelly Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, RonKellyShow.com. All right, we're back. I wish I could fade that out. I need to figure out how to fade that in and out. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. It's Ron Kelly Talk Radio program featuring Patricia Wilder, and we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and I believe we're on X. X marks the spot. The show, the okay, what the heck? Oh, okay, all right. Like, what the hell? Heck. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I'm waiting for Patricia. She'll be along in just a minute. So, yeah, so I got the news today that OJ Simpson passed, and I posted it on Facebook. What would OJ's legacy be? Are people going to talk about Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman and the brilliant defense by Johnny Cochran? If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. And because folks, as I remember that, and white folks were like ready to burn OJ at the stake, and black folks were happy. So it went, how it turned out went along racial lines. The black folks were happy. The white folks were highly upset because they wanted to burn OJ. And you can't tell me that what happened in Las Vegas didn't have anything to do. OJ gave the law enforcement community a golden opportunity to get it right this time. So when he did that stupid thing and going up in that hotel and taking back what he believed was his, and he wound up getting 9 years in prison. And they were like, yeah, we got you this time. It may not be the life sentence we wanted you to have, but we got you. So OJ spent 9 years in prison for trying to take back what he thought was his. He tried to take back what he thought was his memorabilia, his sports memorabilia, maybe the Heisman Trophy, the national championship. Because OJ and people, and as I kind of monitored the news airwaves today, people were mostly talking about OJ and the killing of his wife and her companion. That's mostly what people will talk about. OJ was one of he's a Hall of Fame running back, broke all kinds of records, was incredible. He was the first Barry Sanders. Before there was a Barry Sanders, there was an OJ Simpson, even though he wasn't small as Barry Sanders. But OJ Simpson was a great Hall of Fame running back. And he did a lot for the town of Buffalo, for the city of Buffalo, and for the NFL as a whole, along with the Buffalo Bills. And it's a shame that what people are going to be talking about is what OJ did with, or what they say he did with his wife and her companion. So, you know, that's probably going to be OJ's legacy. The fact that he was accused of killing his wife and her companion, his ex-wife, his estranged wife, and her companion, and he wound up getting off. And you know, he did the just like the reaction went along party lines or racial lines, the vote to acquit also went along racial lines. Somehow or another, there was more black people on that jury. Somehow or another, there was more black people on that OJ jury than white folks, and they voted to acquit. And America, white America, was up in arms. It was an upheaval. White folks were highly upset that OJ got off because everybody was sure for certain that he was guilty, but the jury said no. And people, and I watched the news back then. It was about 29 years ago. When OJ went on trial, and when he was acquitted, the white folks just went crazy. And so I you know, his legacy is, you know, sadly enough, his legacy is not going to be about what he did on the football field. His legacy is going to be what happened in Rockingham, where he used to live. That's where that's going to be OJ's legacy, I believe. We'll talk about it a little more. Patricia comes along in just a few minutes, and Kelly Moss, I think, is going to be here to talk about what she does in the community. But yeah, back to the earthquake. There hasn't been an earthquake in this area in like 130 years. Crazy. And it was the top conversation piece going back to last week, and people are still talking about the earthquake. Yeah. So anyway, it's 13 minutes past the hour, everybody. It's the Ron Kelly Talk Radio program. Shout out to Ronald McCready, who says OJ was a great running back, the first black to gain 2,000 yards in NFL football, rushing the ball. Ron McCready, in addition to that, he says, look, I don't know who killed his wife and that young man, but he was found not guilty, and that should be the end of it. And he you know, he invited the press about a year after the acquittal. He invited the press into his house to show them around his house and to talk about was there any blood here? Was there any blood there? But it was a whole year since the acquittal, so he could have cleaned that up by then. But he's just not. I mean, did it look like he was guilty? Yes. Did it look like he had something to do with it? Yes. But was he dead bang guilty? No. It just wasn't 100%. Not to me, and not because he was black or anything like that. It wasn't 100% to me that OJ Simpson was guilty. It looked like it, sure. It looked like it. You know, how was he able to kill both of them? You know, how was OJ Simpson able to kill both Ronald Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson? How was he able to do that? Because while he's killing one, I mean, if I was there, if I was Ronald Goldman, if he started killing or trying to kill Nicole Brown Simpson, I would have jumped on him, and vice versa for her. So how did he kill both of them? That's the question that I proposed tonight. How did he kill both of them? 15 minutes past the hour. So yeah, I agree with you, Ronald McCready. OJ Simpson was a great running back, and I don't even know if they're showing his videos from back in the day when he was the running back for the Buffalo Bills, because he was one of the first big time he was one of the first big time advertisers as well. You remember the Hertz commercials where he used to jump over the luggage and stuff like that. And plus he was on NBC, I think, at the time that this stuff happened. And, after that happened, he was dead to them. Like the Italians say, you're dead to me. And so his career was over after that point. And nobody wanted to go near him. But I agree with you, Ronald McCready. I don't know who killed him either. Who knows? Who knows who killed him? Who killed Nicole and Ronald Coleman, but Goldberg, rather. Goldman, I should say. Wow. Yeah, who knows? But I don't know. Anyway, shout out to let me see who else is climbing in here. Yeah, he was done. After that, even with the acquittal, he was still done. Because the big wigs and the network people really thought he was guilty. And then when he wrote that stupid book, I Did It, some book that OJ had wrote or was about to write, and the name brand book presser was going to put it out there. But once people started complaining and crying and screaming, the publisher decided not to put the book out there. But there was a lot of controversy about that as well. So he wasn't exactly the smartest, sharpest knife in the drawer in regards to his response to what was going on. He got some bad advice. So I wonder what happened to AC Collins, the AC, whoever that guy was that was in the truck with OJ Simpson. I wonder if he's still alive. AC Collins. I went to look it up, but I wonder if he's still around. AC Collins, who was the driver of the Bronco. Man, that was like the biggest. That Bronco. If you didn't know what a Bronco was before that, you knew after it, because that Bronco was the biggest. That Bronco drive with OJ Simpson in the back was the soup du jour for every radio station, every television station, I should say, in the United States of America. Everybody was on that drive with AC Collins, I think his name was AC something, who was driving OJ Simpson to go commit suicide or something like he said, that he was going to do. But that was must-see TV it was must-see TV with OJ Simpson in the back of that Bronco. And wow. I mean, everybody was watching. Ronald McCready says now they can ask Diddy. Who knows? I'm going to tell you, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to tell you what I think about Diddy. And about what happened. You'll be surprised at what I have to say. Okay, we'll get to that and a whole lot more in just a moment with more of the program. It's the Ron Kelly Show featuring Patricia Wilder. And we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and Blog Talk Radio. BlogTalkRadio.com. All right, shout out to my peoples at Amaker and Porterfield Transportation. 40 plus years in the business of providing safe and reliable transportation to get you to and from your destination. uh, school districts, school districts, you name it, field trips, trips to casinos, you name it, America and Porterfield can handle it. Give them a call, 908-753-6423. That's 908-753-6423. You can email them also at amaker.porterfield@verizon.net. That's amaker.porterfield@verizon.net. .net. Amaker and Porterfield is a Black-owned business operating in the New York metropolitan area for the last 40 years. They're located in Plainfield, New Jersey at 307 Arlington Avenue in the great city of Plainfield. They call it the Queen City. So definitely do your due, 908-753-6423, 908-753-6423, or you can email them at amaker.porterfield@verizon.net. That's amaker.porterfield@verizon.net. I also need to let you guys know that the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself and R. Kelly Media Enterprises, LLC, which is the parent company of the Ron Kelly Show, featuring Patricia Wilder, and are not those of my advertisers or my support team. So if you hear me say something controversial, just know that it's my opinion and not anybody else's. The Ron Kelly Show is being sponsored by America and Porterfield Transportation. Okay, 22 minutes past the hour. I'm waiting for Patricia. Patricia should be here soon. But see now, and the thing about America and Americans is Americans love to see a person burst into flames. America loves that. America loves to see somebody go down for the count. America loves to see somebody who bursted in flames and burn. It's just like the Bachelor and all of these reality shows that are appearing now, Survivor and all this other stuff. And there's always somebody who gets hurt on those shows. There's always somebody who goes down. There's always somebody who loses. And that's why those shows are so popular, because Americans love to see people crash and burn. And when you heard about TD Jakes, and TD Jakes is gay, and Diddy's been profiting from sexually exploiting women and all this type of stuff going down. And, it's just this is what America is. This is what America is about. It's about people crashing and burning and everybody gleefully talking about it on Facebook or Twitter. Did you see take Diddy, for example, Ronald McCready, takes Diddy, for example. Diddy, you see how many memes? You see the hundreds, the thousands of memes that were put out about Puffy, just like when Bill Cosby went down in flames. And it wasn't the white folks, it was black people. It wasn't white folks, it was us that were making the memes and they were kicking the man's back in. It wasn't the white folks, it was us. And so America loves when somebody goes down in flames. They love it. And that's why this stuff is on TV. That's why the reality shows are so popular. Cops, and remember, the cops say, okay, and they brought it back, by the way. It was only temporary. The reaction to what happened to George Floyd was temporary. Cops came off the air and some other stuff came off the air, but that was only temporary. That was only temporary. They brought cops back. They brought everything back that they took off the air during the George Floyd situation. They brought everything back. So you look on TV now, you'll see all the stuff, chase scenes, on patrol, cops, all of this stuff, and I'm going to get to Chicago in just a second. I'm going to get to the shooting, Derek Reed, I think his name was Derek. No, it wasn't Derek, but I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that because, I'll get to it. I promise you, I'll get to that in just a little while. Okay. Yeah, we love to see people go down. When TD Jakes, everybody was saying TD Jakes was gay. Oh my God. And it just like wildfire, just, it's ate up 1,000 acres of us, like wildfire. When they started talking about TD Jakes, um, the preacher TD Jakes, y'all know who I'm talking about, and they were talking about him kicking his back end. But let me tell you about Puffy though. Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Witty, Fitty, whatever. Let me tell you about Puff Daddy. What I think is that they went through a lot of women. I'm pretty sure they did. Because if I was there, I might have been tempted to do that too. But they went through a lot of women. And they probably made some promises to some of these women that they didn't keep. They just told them what they wanted to tell them because they felt like they were almighty and powerful and they would get away with it. Well, guess what? They didn't. Just like with the Tiger Woods thing. The women spoke when Tiger Woods crashed and burned. The women spoke because they wanted to build a career off of that. And you see what happened. They were forgotten about the next day. But the women spoke because they wanted to build a career off of Tiger. Even if they was branded as Tiger's hookers, they still wanted to make a name for themselves, maybe get a book deal or whatever. But they quickly, fast in a hurry, saw that nobody really cared. So they disappeared into the ether like anybody else. But I think that they just pissed the chicks off. I think that they made them mad. I think that they told the women, made promises to the women, and didn't keep them. And so this is I think it's payback. Now, Trump, I think he did what he did, what they say he did. But with Diddy, I think that some of it is payback. I think that some of it is snapback. Some of it is, I think that maybe they did abuse them. Maybe not physically, but emotionally and sex, maybe they did abuse them. But I think that those women, I think it's payback. That's what I think. Lamont Gates says, allegedly they went through women, men, and teens. But see, first Ronald McCready says that was only TV. And Lamont Gates says they went through women, men. Well, you know what? Allegedly. That's the key word, allegedly. See, because with black folks, and not present company is still the Mount Ronald McCready, people are on YouTube, yada yada. We are the first ones, and not meaning you, Lamont Gates or Ronald McCready or anybody else who's watching the program all across the United States of America. We were the first ones who will condemn our own people. We're the first ones. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he did it. Because that's what we do. Dr. Lamb. Dr. Lamb says we need to appreciate the positive legacies as well. Yeah, we do. We do, because OJ Simpson was a top flight Hall of Fame running back. No question about it. I was watching on YouTube, I was watching some of the tape of OJ Simpson. OJ Simpson just ran. He didn't necessarily run through people. He just ran past them. Lamont Gates has nothing to do with black folks. Everyone online is condemning it. Well, like I said, I believe that some of it is payback, because you got with the Puffy thing, one of the women, it went back 20 years. Where were you the 20 years? You were just somewhere stewing, waiting for something to happen. Where were you after 20 years? I mean, come on, give me a break. I'm not saying that the woman shouldn't have came forward. I'm not saying that she's lying, but why did you wait 20 years? With the Trump thing, the lady waited 30 years. I mean, listen, I don't think that you should be able to come forward like that after 30 years. You should have. I mean, you should have been raw when it first happened. You should have been raw. You should have been ready to take it to the law enforcement and give the person the punishment they need. Was you waiting for him to get rich? Because Puffy wasn't rich 30 years ago, but he is now. So what did you do? Wait until he got rich? Now you want to come forward? And believe me, I'm not saying that the women were. I can't say whether they were abused or not. I can't say that they're wrong for coming forward. But what I will say is that why'd you wait so long? Why'd you wait so long? Why'd you wait 20 years, 30 years to come forward? Ronald McCready says money opportunity. And that's kind of like what I think it was. I think it was a money grab. And women do come back at you. And it's not just the puffies, it's the regular jokers like me and whoever else is watching the program. It's us too. The child support. And, I'm going to take you for child support because you don't want to be with me. I mean, the women are like that. Now, I'm not saying that all women are like that. I'm not condemning women as a whole, but there is a element of payback when you're dealing with women, and not just the puppies and the Jay-Z's of the world, but the poor people like me who's not even in the ballpark with Jay-Z, who can get scorched by a woman scorned. Lamont Gates says the main federal complaint came from a man in addition to a teen. I don't believe that. The main federal complaint came from a man in addition to a teen who filed a complaint against the man and associate. But innocent until proven guilty is my view as well. Yeah, I could not even think about believing that. I don't believe that. That's ridiculous. Because anybody can accuse you of anything. But like you said, Lamont Gates, you're innocent until proven guilty. Give me a break. A boy, really, with all the women that was around Puffy, that he really needed a boy or a kid. Give me a break. I don't believe it. I think that there's, prove me wrong, because I don't believe it. Lamont Gates. Lamont Gates says you don't believe or you don't want to believe. No, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I mean, I didn't believe when I first heard about Bill Cosby either, but it bore out that he actually did do what he did. So I'm like, okay, I'm convinced. With the Puffy thing, I don't know. I think that were they wrong for what they did? Yes. But did it amount to a level of criminality? No, I don't think so. Because those women, some women, they follow the people around and they want to go to the after parties and, they want to be backstage. They want to get in the limo with the star. And, a lot of them put themselves in bad situations. I want to say I slept with Puffy. I want to say I slept with Jay-Z or whoever. Ronald McCready says Cassie got paid overnight. That's what started the complaints. Well, yeah, okay, I can get with that. I think that I think that, yeah, she got paid right away. Maybe because she had a better case than the rest of them, but she got paid right away. She got her money right away. They didn't say what she got, but she got something. Lamont Gates says, would you believe a photo of a teen sitting in his lap? Oh my God. Would I believe of a photo sitting in Puffy's lap? A photo of a teen sitting in Puffy's lap? What does that mean? What does that mean? So Lamont Gates, when your cat sits in your lap, what does that mean? What does that mean? When your cat, because I know you got a cat, when your cat sits in your lap, what does that mean? Does that mean you sleep with your cat? No. Ronald McCready says he didn't see that. So I didn't see it either. I didn't see a picture of Puffy in a. I didn't see a picture of Puffy, Diddy, whatever the case may be, Puff Daddy, whatever. Sean Combs. That's his given name. I didn't see a picture of him with a young girl in his lap. And Lamont Gates says, my cat didn't file a rape complaint against me yet. He didn't do it yet. No, stop. My cat didn't file a rape complaint against me. No, your cat did not. If he did, we all would have heard about that. And you would be even more famous than Puffy. Or infamous, should I say. So the way Patricia, well, anyway, she'll get in when she gets here. Yeah, so I don't, Lamont Gates says cat didn't file, right? Your cat did not file a rape complaint. Does your cat have a Facebook page? Anyway. Oh boy. Shout out to Suzanne Newman, my Staten Island friend who thumbed up the program. Thank you, Suzanne. Talk to you soon. Lamont Gates. Oh boy. But see, who knows if this stuff is true? I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, I don't think anybody really knows for an absolute fact that any of this stuff is true. Who knows? But I'll give Puffy the benefit of the doubt. And I say to you, Puffy, Diddy, that I don't necessarily believe that you did anything. Now, did you do something wrong? As I said earlier, yes, you did. But did it rise to the level of criminality? No, I don't think it did. So that's what I think about all of that. So we'll take a quick break. We'll get back to the OJ stuff, and we'll get back to the OJ stuff and just we'll get back to the OJ stuff in just a moment. It's the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and of course, blogtalkradio.com. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
Oh, yes, it is. It's the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, TuneIn, and blogtalkradio.com. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Shout out to my people in Chicago who listen to the Ron Kelly Show. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining me here on the program. Lamont Gates. And Lamont Gates. His cat didn't file a complaint. Okay. But yeah, so OJ, is this your cat? Oh, okay. Daily Mail. Okay, I'll have to look into that, Lamont Gates. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't. Who's calling me right now? I just don't believe. I don't believe. I mean, like I said, was Puffy wrong? Yes, but did it rise to the level of criminality? I don't think so. But you ought to post that, Lamont Gates. Post that picture of Puffy with the kid in his lap. Go ahead. Same thing with R. Kelly. Now, R. Kelly, see the situation with R. Kelly, he's not really my namesake, but we had the same first initial and last name. With the R. Kelly, the first time this thing happened with him, he paid his way out of it. And the families, okay. Ronald McCready said the bat phone is calling. Ronald McCready, my fourth grade classmate. I don't even remember what I did in fourth grade. Anyway, well, yes, I do. Most of it. Anyway, Yeah, the same thing with R. Kelly. When R. Kelly was first accused of this stuff, and see, the media got R. Kelly convicted. That was all media because they did that R. Kelly, the 3-part series, 3 nights in a row, being R. Kelly, living R. Kelly, whatever the case may be. And they put R. Kelly in jail because R. Kelly was on his way when Lifetime made that video, made the thing R. Kelly, whatever the case may be. But yeah, R. Kelly was already, had his one foot in the jail, but Lifetime pushed the other foot in there, and he wound up getting 50-something years, and R. Kelly, the families of those girls took the money. And I'm not saying R. Kelly was right. I don't advocate for child sex or, I don't advocate for men being with young girls or underage girls, statutory rape. I don't support any of that. You know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly, the people, the mothers and the fathers of those girls took the money. Because R. Kelly paid them, and they took the money. They took the money. Now, if you were so concerned about your daughter having sex with R. Kelly, why'd you take the money? I mean, let's keep it 100 here. Why did you take the money? You shouldn't have took the money. So it seems like the parents of those kids were more interested in money than they were in vindicating for their kids or stepping up for their kids. Lamont Gates says R. Kelly's behavior and overwhelming evidence against him put him in jail. Not to me. Well, the media had a lot to do with it, Lamont Gates, because look how many years that R. Kelly got away with whatever they said he did. Look how many years he got away with it. Look how many. This was back in the 90s with R. Kelly, or the early 2000s, somewhere in there with R. Kelly. This has been going on for years, and he didn't get convicted. He didn't go to trial until Lifetime made that documentary about R. Kelly, being R. Kelly, living R. Kelly, whatever the case may be. And that's when the winds of war started blowing against R. Kelly. Lamont Gates says they were building the case, and it depends on when the complaints came out. But how long it takes to build a case? How long does it take? 20 years? R. Kelly, that case had already been squashed in Chicago when he paid those people. He paid the parents of the girls he peed on, whatever the case may be. I never saw the video. I just didn't want to watch it. But those people got paid. And they went on about their business, and they took that with the money that R. Kelly gave them. They took the money and they ran. You know what I'm saying? So why would you, if you care that much about your kid, why would you run away with the money? If you're so, shout out to Valerie Banks Jones. Thank you for the thumbs up. Valerie Banks Jones. So yeah, so why would you, you took the money. You took the money. You were more interested in the money than you were about the vindicating for your child. You took the money. Now, I'm not saying R. Kelly was right. Not saying that at all. I don't advocate for child sex and statutory rape and being with young girls underage. So I don't advocate for any of that. And if he did it, his ass should be in jail. But those people took the money, Lamont Gates. They took the money. All right, 15 minutes before the hour. Yeah, they took the money. They ran with it. But see, now, none of the black radio stations play R. Kelly music anymore. R. Kelly was a genius. Now, I'm not saying that because we have the same name. R. Kelly was a genius. Okay. Nobody was better at songwriting. nobody was better than performing than R. Kelly. And my focus is on secondary issues, not that. And it's supposed to be. I'm going to talk about the same thing for an hour, Lamont Gates? No, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. We're going to explore. We're going to explore this. We're going to explore this whole thing. We're not going to stick on one subject the whole time. I mean, come on. Come on, Lamont Gates. This ain't NDE. This is me. Yeah, but R. Kelly, now R. Kelly music, R. Kelly, see, because well, I'm not sure what you refer to, Lamont Gates. I'm not sure what you were talking about, because I talk about a lot of different things. You know, wherever my mind goes, that's where the show goes. I talk about a lot of stuff, you know. And I don't, because nobody's paying attention to that. Well, Lamont Gates, Rhodes Scholar, is paying attention to that, but most people just listen to me. So like I said, I don't believe that in that kind of stuff. But if he's guilty, he should be in jail. But they don't play R. Kelly music anymore. But TV One shows repeats of the Cosby Show, despite what has happened. That's probably the only station in America that the Cosby Show is really on. And going back to, because Bill Cosby was America's father before this stuff happened. And OJ Simpson was the Hertz rent-a-car, jump over the luggage, NBC commentator and football star before this stuff happened. And then he went down the tubes. OJ didn't get any play at all. He was dead to everybody. He didn't get any play at all. And when he tried to publish that book, and America was in an uproar, and they said, no, you ain't publishing nothing. Okay. You're not publishing a book. And you're not publishing anything. And so the lady who was going to publish the book decided not to publish the book. Shout out to my TikTok peoples. Somebody just followed me, Evelyn Blair. Oh my God. Who-wee. Fine. Love to meet her. Anyway, I'm single, so I can say that. Anyway, so OJ Simpson was a lot of things before this stuff happened, and now he's dead. You know, he was the pariah. You know, nobody wanted to have anything to do with OJ Simpson. So is that what his legacy is going to be? Is his legacy going to be that he killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman? Is that going to be OJ's legacy? Or is his legacy going to be that he was one of the greatest running backs of all time? Heisman Trophy winner. Never won a Super Bowl, but I think national champion, I'm not 100% sure. Ambassador, TV personality, you know, pitch man. First black running back to gain 2,000 yards, according to Ronald McCready. Just so many things he accomplished. And now, because now that he's dead, it's probably going to get even worse. The criticisms about OJ is probably going to get even worse. Ronald McCready says he didn't kill anyone because he was found not guilty. Now people who do kill people, people who do kill people do sometimes are found not guilty. Sometimes they do. Oh, crap. Yeah, sometimes they do. Um, yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes people do get. Um, yeah, now George Stinney Jr., uh, Ronald McCready. No, I wasn't there. No, thank goodness. He might have killed me. No, but I wasn't. I would. Well, you're right. If they said he didn't kill anybody, he didn't kill anybody. I'll get with you on that one. Now here's a boy, George Stinney. George Stinney was a boy who at 14 years old was executed, convicted and executed uh, in a proceeding that was vacated as an unfair trial later on for the murder of two white girls, one 11 and one 8, in Akula, South Carolina. He was convicted. He was sentenced to death, executed by the electric chair, becoming the first African, the youngest American, period, to be sentenced to death. 14 years old, George Stinney, tried, convicted, and later the conviction was vacated because it was an unfair trial and they lied. I mean, because we're talking about in the 1940s, you know, this is talking about the 1940s. George Stinney Jr., 14 years old, was executed in South Carolina. And years later, his conviction was vacated because it was found to be fraudulent. So you got to watch it with the death penalty. Anyway, so Lamont Gates says OJ Simpson's friend Rob Kardashian could not reconcile with the fact that blood was in the Bronco. You talking about Robert Kardashian, the lawyer? I guess maybe, possibly, yeah. But yeah. But yeah. What is OJ's legacy going to be? Now, if you ask me, it's 7 minutes 40 hours. If you ask me, I think his legacy is going to be that his legacy is going to be that he killed his ex-wife and her companion. I don't think that it's going to be about his accomplishments on the football field. Because I listen to, I've listened to other, I listen to media because I'm a media person. And when anybody, it was all over the airwaves today that OJ Simpson had died, 76 years old, from prostate cancer. We'll talk about that next week. What is it with prostate cancer in black men? What is that? What's the deal with that? We'll talk about that next week. But anyway, and everybody who mentioned anything about OJ Simpson talked about him being the Nicole Brown Simpson, Ronald Goldman scenario. Nobody talked about what he did on the football field. There were no videos. I mean, at least the ones I saw. Maybe somebody else did. But the ones I saw, there were no highlights from OJ Simpson's stellar football career where he just ran past. He wasn't a bowling people over, but he would run past people. Nobody could catch him. Ronald McCready says that they ruled the South before our time. Well, yeah. They never look for the good. Absolutely not. No. George Stinney Jr. Look it up. George Stinney Jr., the youngest American to be put to death. And then his conviction was overturned. It was matter of fact, it was vacated. But it was too late because they had already killed him. They had already killed him. George Stinney Jr., young, black, 14 years old. And they killed him. They convicted him in a sham trial, and he was put to death. Electric chair, man, 14. How could you put a 14-year-old in an electric chair? It just boggles my mind. You have to be some evil bastards to put a 14-year-old in an electric chair. But that's what the white man was back then. we're still evil. Now, white man is evil now. Not all of them, you know. Ronald McCready says, "I'll never discredit OJ's football life." Oh, did OJ have a football life? Really? Oh, okay. He deserved to have it. That's right. If he did have an old, and they're gonna show it. they're gonna. If he had a football life on the NFL Network, they're definitely gonna be showing it pretty soon. 4 minutes before the hour. So OJ Simpson. If they did give him a football life, good. Great that he had a football life. Because he did have a football life. Anyway, everybody, it's about 3.5 minutes before the end of this show. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you, everybody. Suzanne Newman and Valerie Banks-Jones, Ronald McCready, Lamont Gates, everybody who partaken. I can't name everybody. Who Patrick and Dr. Lamb. I'm surprised, shocked and amazed to see Dr. Lamb on my show. But thank you for joining me today on program. So peace be upon OJ Simpson. The truth about what happened went with him. You know, he took it to the grave. So if he did it, he took it to the grave, and we'll never really know. I mean, we'll never really know what happened. I mean, I don't believe that there's too many questions about how it happened for me to embrace that he did it. There's too many question marks. You know, the lack of blood, the lack of physical evidence. And then that detective who fabricated evidence. Who will live the rest of his life with that one. So yeah. So yeah, he'll be with that forever. So there's too many questions in regards to OJ Simpson. There's too many questions. The investigation, it was a sensational investigation, and you know, it was nationwide, and the whole world was focused on the Los Angeles Police Department, and they made some mistakes. So we'll never really know. Like I said, I don't control anything, but I don't think that OJ. I mean, there's too many questions. There's too many questions that haven't been answered in regards to the evidence that was found. There's too many questions. So, you know, I can't say for absolute certainty that he did it, but there's some people who's going to say, yeah, he did it, N-word, you know. And white folks are going to say he did it. You know, Fred Goldman is going to say he did it. You know, that was Ronald Goldman's father who was irate about his son allegedly being killed by OJ. So, all right, everybody. I hope I did the do here and addressed what I needed to address. 40 seconds before the hour. I want to thank everybody so much for joining me. Ronald McCready, Suzanne Newman, Valerie Banks-Jones, Lamont Gates, and all the other folks. Patrick Lammy, Dr. Lamb, somebody who I know personally, and all the folks who check out me every Thursday night, 7 p.m. on the Ron Kelly Show. It's about 15 seconds before the hour. So before I leave, I'd like to say that it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice, and that we may not have it all together, but together we can certainly have it all. Thank you so much. Watch out for them earthquakes.